Okay, good afternoon everyone. So today, ang department na is about Neptune. So, pag last week, kabrayan is plankton. So, muna siya yung difference sa plankton and Neptune. So, ang plankton is unable to swim against water, while ang Neptune, they have the ability to move through the water column. So, ano na siya review? Appeal na siya sa quiz. So, Neptune. Neptunes are living organisms that can swim and move independently of currents. The term Neptune was coined by Ernst Haeckel in 1890. It is derived from the Greek word ekten, which means swimming. So there are three types of Neptune. The adult form of Neptune represents only three phyla. These are chordates, mollusks, and amphipods. So, ang chordates, ito sa niyang mga cartilaginous fish, present ang mga sharks, sea snakes, turtles, mga mammals like whales and mollusks like squids and octopus, and then arthropods like shrimps, crabs, and lobsters. Pero we can easily classify Neptune to vertebrate and invertebrate. So, ang vertebrate, they are the most common and diverse group, while ang invertebrate Neptune, sila ang less diverse. Kung saan ang setting may Japan or plankton? Hindi, kung ano sila, vertebrate o invertebrate. Pwede na ito i-classify. We can easily classify Neptune in this part. Vertebrate, Neptune, of invertebrate. So, vertebrate Neptune, they, mga species na sila nga may bones or cartilage for structural support. So, we have fish, reptiles, mammals, and seabirds. So, fish, this is the largest group of Neptunes encompassing both bony fish like tuna, salmon, and herring, and cartilaginous fish like sharks, rays, and skates. Reptiles like sea turtles and sea snakes are examples of Neptunic reptiles. Sea turtles use their paddle-shaped limbs for swimming, while sea snakes have flattened tails that act as paddles. And number 3 is mammals. Marine mammals like whales, dolphins, seals, sea lions, manatees, and sea otters are all Neptunes. They have streamlined bodies for efficient swimming and often possess adaptations for diving to great depth. Fourth is seabirds. Some birds like penguins are considered Neptune due to their ability to swim underwater using their wings and webbed feet. So, invertebrate Neptune, one is less diverse than other vertebrate counterparts. So, we have mollusks and crustaceans. Mollusks like squid and octopus are prominent examples of Neptunic mollusks, using jet propulsion for movement. While crustaceans are large crustaceans like lobsters, crabs, and shrimp can be considered Neptune, especially when actively swimming. So Neptune can also be classified based on their habitat or feeding habit. So since ang Neptune is diverse man ang group sa Neptune, so na sila lain-lain dito, makita niyo sila sa lain-lain nga habitat. So nato yung mga pelagic Neptune, these organisms inhabit the open ocean away from the seabed. So mga examples is mga mammals, mga lactobacillus ka. So demersal Neptune, this organism live near the seabed, but still can swim independently. Zooplankton feeders, nato yung mga Neptunes na like for example, some fish and bottle whales na ilang consume sila ng mga zooplankton. We have carnivores. Neptunes na carnivores like sharks, dolphins, and squid. Ang ilang i-consume na food is ang other animals na dito sa ocean. And as scavengers, some Neptunes like crabs and certain fish feed on dead organisms. So, dead organisms. So there are two kinds of reproduction sa nectar. So we have external fertilization and internal fertilization and with birth to live young. So naay nectar na ang pamagis silang reproduction is manglong and then naapoy ka ng kuan sila ka ng dili bitaw sa pamagis sa kanang natin mo gawas na ng species sila yan. And then, okay, ano ito sa mga threats? Nectar face a variety of threats that can impact their populations and the health of marine ecosystems. Here are some of the most significant threats. Overfishing. So, na-belong sa overfishing ang overexploitation, bycatch, or habitat destruction. So, overexploitation kanang pagkuha bitaw kanang pagpangisda kanang mububiyan sila sa limit sa dapat lang makaon ng isda and bycatch kanang mga kuha o isda na apil ang mga kanang gagmay sa mga accident ay kanang dili bitaw apilon nga kuha ng mga apilon laman na for example kanang mga isda na gagmay na dili pwedeng so habitat destruction apil na sa belong naman sa habitat destruction ang habitat loss. Para mga coastal development, bitaw kanang makuan sa dagat. Kanang makuan sa dagat, kanang marami magamag para infrastructures or buildings na nadapit sa coastal. So, muna sa dagat, ay ang habitat destruction. And then pollution, plastic pollution, chemical pollution, oil spills, plastic pollution, sa maglagay basura, mga plastic waste na nasa dagat. And chemical pollution from mga factories, oil spills from mga barko like barge, climate change, and habitat loss, muna itong habitat destruction, dili na nabilang sa mga coastal development, magama o mga buildings dugo sa dagat. Other threats are marine debris, kanang mga fishing net or other fishing materials and equipments na ipangbilin na sa dagat. So climate-related events like mga storms and hurricanes. The threats to nectar are complex and interconnected, highlighting the need for comprehensive conservation efforts. Addressing these threats requires a multi-phase approach that includes reducing fishing pressure, mitigating pollution, addressing climate change, protecting habitats, and managing invasive species. By taking action to protect nectar, we can ensure the health and resilience of marine ecosystems. Economic and ecological importance. So, ang nectar is tapos siya contribution, especially sa economy, kanang mga fisheries, bitaw dako o kanang marag ano ito sa fisheries? Dako contribution ang fisheries para sa development ko sa country. Next is tourism. May mga kanang mga for example resorts na or di ba kanang mga ocean dito kanang gimong tourist spot nila dito ang mga kwan sa mga isda. Dako siya tabangan. And pharmaceuticals kanang mga aquatic organisms na pwedeng tambal mga alis sa atin. Biodiversity. Since diverse kayo ang kuan sa kanang nectar, dako kayo ang contribution sa biodiversity sa ocean kay mostly sa kanang mga organism na nasa ocean at ilong nasa nectar. Dako ay diversity ang kuan. Conservation and sustainable measures. Reduce fishing pressure. Kato mga ipag-ingon doon dyan ang threats like overfishing. So, dapat i-reduce to ito para ma-conserve na to ang mga nectar. Protect critical habitats. Examples are mga MPAs, pag-implement of mga marine protected areas sa kalugar. Mitigate pollution, promote sustainable tourism, isasad sa mga kuhanis ka ng mga turista ito ang mapulit sa wansad sa dagat kanan. So we have to promote sustainable tourism. By implementing these measures, we can work towards a future where nectar populations are healthy and resilient and continue providing economic and ecological benefits for the future generations. Yes, 1/2. Wait naman eh. A zero was from both ways. A zero is from both ways. Unsa 1/4? 1/2. 1/2 na lang.
Stop na, Alay. Stop na. Alay. Stop na. Stop na, Alay. Stop na.